lecture will cover the topic the skin of reptiles and birds. The skin of reptiles. The skin of reptiles reflect greater commitment to a terrestrial existence. Skin of reptiles is adapted for terrestrial environment. Epidermis is the outermost layer of skin. Epidermis of reptiles is stratified and the outer layer of epidermis is called stratum corneum. Stratum corneum is a thick keratinized layer. It lacks glands and is modified into various structures. This is a diagram of lizard skin. Lizard skin has the heavily keratinized outer epidermis. This is the epidermis and it is stratified and is keratinized. The outer layer is stratum corneum. Notice the absence of integumentary glands, making reptilian skin exceptionally dry. Modifications of stratum corneum. The stratum corneum is modified into keratinized scales and scutes, beaks, rattles, claws, plaques and spiny crest. This is a close-up of skin of snake. Here scutes are visible, which are modification of stratum corneum, and these are scales and scutes present on skin of snake. This is the photo of an alligator foot. Here scutes are present on an alligator foot. These are scutes which are present or visible on the shell of turtle. Beak of turtle is also a modification of stratum corneum. This is a rattlesnake and it is its rattle. The rattle is also a modification of stratum corneum. Claw of crocodile indicates thick keratinized stratum corneum. The spiny crest present on iguana is the modification of stratum corneum. The plaque skin texture present on the crocodile skin appear due to the thick keratinized stratum corneum. Functions of stratum corneum. Stratum corneum provides protection to animal as stratum corneum is a thick keratinized structure. It acts as a suit of armor and resists abrasion. Stratum corneum also inhibits dehydration. Shedding or molting. During shedding or molting of the skin of many reptiles, for example snakes and lizards, the outer layer separates from newly formed epidermis. Diffusion of fluid between the layers aids this separation. As reptiles grow, they shed their skin to allow for further growth. However, unlike our skin, a reptile's skin doesn't grow as they grow. Instead, snakes, lizards and other reptiles shed their skin regularly. When their old skin is outgrown, it peels away, leaving behind a reptile-shaped shell. This is a photo of leopard gecko and this leopard gecko is shedding its skin. This is a snake and this snake is shedding its skin. Next topic is the skin of birds. The skin of birds show many reptilian features. Bird skin has no epidermal gland. The only epidermal gland of birds is the urophageal or preen gland. The urophageal gland or preen gland is an essential part of preening. This gland is found near the base of the tail and produces an oily waxy substance that helps waterproof feathers and keep them flexible. While preening, birds separate this oil to each feather so they are evenly coated and protected. These are photos of different birds who are preening themselves. Skin of birds. Bird skin has a relatively soft and thin epidermis with no epidermal glands. So, this is the epidermis of a bird and it lacks epidermal glands. Over most of the bird's body, the epidermis is usually thin and only 2 or 3 cell layers thick. Therefore, birds are also called as thin-skinned animals. The outer keratinized layer of the bird skin is often quite soft. The most prominent parts of the epidermis are the feathers. Feathers are derived from the scales of reptilian ancestors and are the most complex of all the derivatives of the vertebrate stratum corneum. This is a wing feather and all of you are familiar with it. The wing feather are specialized for flight. Tail feathers are arranged in a fan shape. These feathers support precision steering in flight. In some birds, tail feathers have evolved into showy ornaments that are useless in flight. Contour feathers. Contour feathers are what you see covering the bird's body and streamlining its shape. Down feathers. Down feathers are relatively short and positioned closest to the body where they trap body heat. Down feathers provide insulation for adult and immature birds. Semi-plume. Semi-plumes are mostly hidden beneath other feathers on the body and creates a fluffy insulating structure. Filoplume. Filoplumes are usually covered by contour feathers and are associated with nerve endings in the skin, thus serving as sensory structures. Bristles. Bristles are the simplest feathers commonly found on the head. Bristles may protect the bird's eye and face. The dermis of birds is similar in structure to that of reptiles and contains blood and lymphatic vessels. Here this is the dermis of a bird and these are the blood vessels. The dermis contain blood and lymphatic vessels, nerves and epidermally derived sensory bodies. Air spaces that are part of the avian respiratory system extend into the dermis. These air spaces are involved in thermal regulation. Air spaces found in the hypodermis connect with air sacs of the respiratory system to enhance the ability to fly. Birds do not have sweat glands. To lose heat, they depend upon evaporation of water from the surface of their lungs and air sacs. Evaporation turns liquid water into vapors. The rate of evaporation increases with higher temperatures. Smooth muscle fibers are present in dermis. They have complex arrangement and they are associated with the feathers. They control the position of feathers. Feather position is important. Feather position is important in thermal regulation, in flying and in depicting various behaviors. Aquatic birds may also have fat deposits in the hypodermal layer that store energy and help insulate the body. Summary of today's lecture. So this was all about today's lecture that was on the topic the skin of reptiles and birds. The skin of reptiles and birds depicts greater commitment to a terrestrial existence. The skin of reptiles, epidermis. The epidermis of reptile has an outer layer which is stratum corneum and epidermis lax gland. Epidermis of reptiles is modified into various structures like scales, scutes, beaks, rattles, claws, paws and spiny crest. The skin of birds. The epidermis of birds is thin with no epidermal gland. The only epidermal gland of birds is the urophageal or preen gland. The most prominent parts of the epidermis of birds are the presence of feathers.